Welcome to this yoga class called Honor Earth to Ground. And you're going to begin on the ground, honoring the earth by lying upon her. And let's start just with our feet on the ground. And you could just rest your hands wherever they're comfortable. And I want you to breathe in and out of your feet. Just see what that feels like. And then notice your pelvic floor. Okay, so it's kind of like the sole of the foot of the pelvis, right? Notice your pelvic floor. Same thing, you just breathe in and out of that. So much of the time we're breathing way up in the upper respiratory, right? What would it feel like to bring breath all the way down? And now we're going to track throughout how much awareness we can actually bring into the lower body as we do these different exercises. Okay. So the first exercise, super simple, you're just gonna stomp your feet, right? So this really simple way to start to bring a little energy into the feet. And then stop stomping, and again, drop your awareness down, notice. Okay, now I want you to lift up the left leg and just roll the ankle and articulate the foot. Go one way and then the other, and you can admire your foot. Mine's in a sock. It got cold down here last week. It's in the 40s, high 30s. Texans don't do well with that. Neither do their houses. Anyway, okay, so I've got a sock on, but either way, you're admiring your beautiful foot, socked or unsocked. And then you're gonna go ahead and you're actually just gonna grab a hold of the back of that thigh. Okay, and you're going to press the thigh into the hand and the hand back into the thigh. And you notice I'm flexing my foot. I don't mind if you point it, but when I just put some intentionality into that whole situation, foot, leg, and breath. Now where's the breath? Now, something we talked about a lot last week, and we're going to be talking about throughout this series. What's the structure here? What's the alignment of the hips, the leg? How is your femur bone fitting into its hip socket? Good. Big breath in. And then I want you to take a big breath out as if you're pushing air out of the leg, like it's a column out of the bottom of the foot. Okay. And then we're just going to switch sides. So now you're going to pick up the right leg, and first we're just rolling it around. We took our time with that, lubricating all the little joints in the foot. We're breathing all the way down there. Well, it's up there because we're on our back, right? And now you're going to interlace the fingers behind the thigh, and you're going to push the thigh away from the hands and pull the hands toward you, right? So you should be feeling your hamstrings working, maybe other areas there. Nice deep breath. You can use the foot that is still on the ground to help create stability, structure. And then meet the experience with your breath in and out. Okay, and then go ahead and put that foot on the ground. And now often we do this with a block between the thighs, but you're welcome to grab it if you want, but you don't really need to. I want you to just engage your belly now and then really turn on your legs and turn them on so much that the hips just kind of start to lift up on their own. And just take a few breaths here. You want your feet right under your knees. And then I want you to start to feel how that stability, right, in the lower body and in the belly, inner thighs, glutes, all that stability allows for you to lift these hips just really simply. One more big inhale. And then as you exhale, just simply lower down. Hug your knees into your chest. Rock up to sit. And let's do just a little bit of this in the time that we have. You can sit, I'm in Baddha Konasana with my knees apart, but you can really sit however you want. You're gonna massage one foot and then the other. And for those of you who like massage balls, right, I love these things. If you have one nearby, you could stand up and roll out the foot like that. We're just gonna do a minute on each side, a little foot massage. A little bit longer on this side. Just use any techniques that come intuitively to you. You could also just move the chi, move the prana, the energy by rubbing, right? But what are you doing? What are you doing more than anything? You know, whatever you actually end up doing with these hands, you're loving your foot. You're in relationship, right? Where you're saying, hi, I care about you. Oh, I'm going to listen to your responses as I press these different spaces. Oh. And then switch sides. Nice deep breaths. I'm smiling a little because I feel good about loving my feet. I know that's a good thing to do. Okay, a few more breaths massaging this foot. All right, and then I am going to take my socks off so that I don't slip on my mat. And we are going to come onto hands and knees. All right. You're welcome to do a couple rounds of cat and cow now, as you'd like. If you do, go ahead and bring in the feet. Let's all do this. Tuck your toes as you round into that cat spine and point the toes and put the tops of the feet down for the cow spine. Do that a couple more times. Okay. And then you're going to start to come to a neutral spine. And I would like for you to first just step the left foot back on your mat and then lift it up. Lift up the left leg. Okay, now can you take the opposite arm? So now if it's the left leg up, right arm forward and reach. Kind of reaching into my bookshelf, but that's okay. And you're going to take a big inhale here. As you exhale, I want you to just take the hand down and the knee down. That was it. Other side, right foot steps back, right leg lifts up. Can you feel how the core is supporting this, right? Can you feel your alignment? Opposite arm forward, so the left arm forward. Okay, just take a moment there and inhale. And as you exhale, replace the hand and the knee. Now you're going to repeat that, just really simple. Lifting up right arm, left leg, breathe in. Lower, breathe out. Opposite, left arm, right leg, breathe in, reach. And exhale, replace. Do that a few more times. Inhale, exhale. Let it go nice and slow. Inhale, this is telling our nervous system that all is well. Exhale, replace. Inhale, reach. Exhale, replace. One more time. Inhale, reach. And exhale, replace. Awesome. Now, the next thing that you're going to do is you're going to once again take the left leg back, take the right arm forward. Now we're going to add in something a little different. Now, if this is too hard, go back to the first exercise, okay? If you can though, exhale, you're gonna pull elbow to the knee and knee to the elbow. Okay, we're gonna continue with this one 2 more times. Inhale, reach. Exhale, round. Inhale, reach. Exhale, round. Inhale, reach. Okay, this is a little different. Take your left foot down, take your right hand down, prop yourself over on your side, and reach through the left arm. Okay, so you need a nice solid foundation under you. If your knee is sensitive, you grab one of your blankets and put it under your knee. Get all this length through your left side of your body. Now, when we talk about alignment, something we've started to talk about is poles, the two ends of something. So in the different shapes, notice the two poles, right? So right now it's my back foot and my top hand, right? And then you can start to notice all the space in between, the structure in between, the breath in between. One more inhale. And as you exhale, just come back onto hands and knees. As you inhale, reach your right leg back and your left arm forward. Find the stability. And then exhale, round, elbow to knee. Inhale, reach. Exhale, round. Inhale, reach. Exhale, round. Inhale, reach. Okay, now put that right foot on the ground, put the left hand on the ground, then prop yourself onto your left knee and your left hand and your right foot to take the side stretch. Get this nice big arc through your right side. Big breaths. Find the two poles, fill up the space in between. On your next exhale, look down, hand down, knee down. On your next inhale, cow pose, lift your chest. Maybe tuck your toes. Exhale, round to the cat pose. And then this time, go ahead and tuck your toes under and sit back. Okay? And just, you may not go back very far. So it's child's pose with the toes tucked. And you may not go back very far, and you don't have to hold this very long. If it feels painful at all, just go ahead and find the original version of it that you like best. And go ahead and rest your third eye on the ground. Creating a mudra, circuit of energy there between the third eye and the earth. Take a really big inhale through your nose. Exhale out of the mouth, but imagine you're exhaling out of the third eye into the ground. Okay. Now you're going to make your way up into a downward facing dog. And from downward dog, let's just take a moment here just to pedal the feet, bend one knee and then the other. Head dropping. And then you can go ahead and walk your way forward till you're in a standing forward fold at the front of your mat. Okay, I'm going to back up my screen a little. Okay. Here we are, standing forward fold at the front of the mat, head relaxed. Take a big inhale. Exhale, go ahead and just round up to stand. Okay. And now, if you have a block handy, grab it. And if you don't, a rolled blanket or something can work, or just try to do the energetics of this, okay? What you're going to do is you're going to squeeze the block between your thighs. And this is just going to be a way to really activate everything in the lower body. So squeeze the block between your thighs, and then I want you to look at your beautiful, wonderful feet. Notice them. And then go ahead and lift up
your toes, spread them out. Release the toes back down really mindfully with some extra space in between them. Notice that your arches should be lifted a little bit, and see if you can go ahead and find a little bit more of that lift. Find your pelvic floor lifting. This is called Mula Bandha engagement. We do not want it all the time. Make sure you release it in Shavasana or later, but for now we are going to activate it and get this lift. Okay. Hands to prayer in front of your heart now, and notice that the heart kind of lifts when we really bring it all the way from the arches of the feet, that the crown of the head lifts. Get in line with your intention. What is your intention for this practice or for this week of honoring the earth to ground? And then we're going to reach up. Big, big reach. Stretch your belly. Exhale, fold forward. Yeah, we've still got the block. Isn't that interesting? Just notice here how the block squeeze between the thighs affects this forward fold. Take another breath cycle or so. And then continue to squeeze the block, and you're going to round your way up. And just notice what all that engagement of the legs does, how that changed things for you. Okay, great. We're going to put this block off to the side, but you'll probably want it again soon. So just put it somewhere handy near your mat. And then come to stand at the top of the yoga mat. And can you apply all that we just did now? So you don't have the block squeezed between the thighs anymore, but as if you did. Go back through those steps, picking up the toes, releasing them back down, lifting the arches, pelvic floor, heart, crown. Align with your intention. And then inhale, go ahead and reach up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Step or hop back. Chaturanga or knees, chest, chin. Up dog or cobra. Down dog as you breathe out. Stay here for 2 breath cycles. Okay, in this downward dog shape. Full inhale, full exhale. Feel the poles here. What's touching the ground? Can you root those things into the ground, those hands and feet? What's pointing up to the sky, the tush? How could you lighten that and lift it so there's more space between the poles for breath? Okay, look forward. Either step or hop your feet forward between your hands. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, dive down into your legs. Now, engage those legs as if you're squeezing the block and come all the way up through a flat back this time. And again, notice when your legs are really active and strong, what that brings to the table. Hands back to prayer. We'll do one more sun salute like this. Inhale, reach up. Link it with your breath. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Jump or step back. Chaturanga or knees, chest, chin. Inhale, upward dog or cobra. Exhale, downward dog. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathing in. And what would it feel like to squeeze the block here, right? Sometimes we actually do that. You can try it if you've got it handy and you want to. But I want you to engage those legs. Spread out those toes. And then if you want to challenge yourself to jump forward with the block, you could do that. Looking forward, using an exhale to lightly hop forward. Inhale, lengthen your spine. And exhale, dive down into your legs and release the head. We're going to come all the way up and reach up and look up. Press down through the floor with your feet. And then lower the hands right in front of the heart, coming back to your truest intention and alignment. All right, now interlace your fingers behind your back. You're going to pick up, face this way, your left foot, okay, left knee, and just realized I didn't want to do that. Okay, pick up your left knee and warrior 3. So now the heart is going to come forward, the leg is going to come back. You might want blocks under your hands here. Stay 5 breaths for 1. Breathe. 2. 3, steady breath. 4. And 5. Now that left foot's gonna land as if you're gonna take a warrior 1. You're gonna straighten the legs, lift up the chest. We're actually gonna take a humble warrior. Okay. Lift up the chest, and then as you exhale, you're gonna fold down inside of that right thigh. Drop the head. I'll show you from this angle so you can see what's happening with this front leg, right? It's on the outside, ideally. Listen to your breath, nice and steady and even. Good. One more breath in. And big breath out. And then you're going to push the feet into the floor. You're going to rise up, lift your chest. We're going to turn and face the back of the mat for triangle. Okay, so adjust the feet, align them, then reach this time through the left arm. Left hand connects, right arm to the sky. Breathe here for 1. 2. 3. 4. And 5. You're going to come all the way up. You're going to bring both arms up alongside your ears, parallel your feet. Turn and face the front of the mat again for warrior 2. Take your time coming into it. Okay, gaze over your right fingers. Breathe 1. Big breath. 2. 3. 4. Exhale 5. Now inhale, flip your palms, tip back, reverse warrior. As you exhale, bring your hands down to the ground. If you want to flow through a vinyasa, you can do so. Otherwise, just meet me in down dog or child's pose. Find the rhythm of your breath again. Find that foundation of breath first. And then sync up with an inhale to fill up, look forward. Sync up with an exhale to step or hop your feet forward to the front of the mat. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, dive into your legs. Inhale, come all the way up, rise up, reach up, look up. Exhale, return the hands to prayer, return the gaze to the horizon. Now interlace the fingers behind the back, maybe with the opposite interlace as before. Pick up your right knee as you breathe in. Warrior 3 as you breathe out. Other side. Breathe in 1. 2. Yep, absolutely. You can use blocks under your hands. Breathe. 3. Breathe for 4. And 5. Now bend the front knee and reach for the earth with that right foot. Now press the ground away to straighten your legs and lift up through the heart. You might need a slightly wider stance. And then you're going to bend the front knee and dive inside of that left leg. You drop the head, release the arms overhead. Breathe 1. And this pose really requires us to be very grounded through the feet, especially that back foot too. Breathe 3. 4. And exhale, 5. Coming all the way up, straightening that front leg, lifting your chest, pivoting around for a triangle pose, other side. Line up your feet first, your foundation, then reach, reach, reach. Connect right hand down, left arm up. Breathe. 1. 2. Inhabit this architecture. Notice the poles of the shape. How can you lengthen the space between the poles and fill it with breath? 4. And 5. Coming all the way up, arms up, parallel feet. Warrior 2, face the front of your mat. Gaze over your left fingers. Settle in for the shape for 1. Breathe. 2. 3. 4. And 5. Reverse warrior, inhale. Hands to the mat, exhale. Meet me in downward dog, optional vinyasa. Very, very nice work. All right. You're gonna look forward and either step or hop your feet forward between your hands. And this time I want you to go ahead and either roll up a blanket or you could roll up your mat. And what's going to happen is we're actually going to use this to stand upon. We're going to do a few deep stretches. We'll do a little bit more heating up practice too, but we're in the last few minutes really of practice. But so the first thing you're going to do with this roll, whether it's the rolled up mat, right, or the rolled up blanket, is you're going to step the ball of your foot onto it. It can be really nice to have a block or 2 nearby for this, for your hands. And which basically you're just going to do a forward fold, but with this extra prop here, it's going to be very focused on your calves and your ankles. Okay, so forward folding into this, for some people, it just isn't even possible, right? We're just good right here, right? And for some people, doing it really kind of 1 foot at a time feels best. Okay, so you get the idea. We're spending about a minute here. Loving up the backs of your lower legs. Letting the breath go all the way down into that space. Breaths in and out. And just notice what is allowed to release. Notice if there's parts that don't feel like they are allowed, and do what you can to give permission. And just because you give permission doesn't mean that it's gonna release right this moment, but it's the beginning, right? Now the last exhale or 2 you can put out of the mouth. And then look where we're going next. We're actually going to walk forward. So now your heels are going to be up on this roll. And you're going to come and sit in a squat. Okay. Now in this squat, I want you to be really aware of your pelvic floor. Okay, and I want you to do a few Kegels. If you know how to do Kegels, really what I'm asking you to do is engage Mula Bandha. So it's like a gathering of your pelvic floor muscles and a lifting, gather and lift. and then relax. So we gather, lift, and then relax. Do a few of those. You might want to sync it up with the gather, lift, inhale, relax, exhale, but find a little rhythm, go a little longer. Now we're going to do Kapalabhati breath, and if you need to change positions or just come to sit down, you can, okay? So big inhale, big exhale, inhale to a comfortable level, and then short, sharp exhales, pumping, building out the breath, right? Keep that going, find a little rhythm for yourself. I could do this a really long time if I'm doing it to music, right? But I think most of it's just because that rhythm kind of holds me. Gaze at your third eye. Now slow that down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ah, the breath out. Good. As you breathe in, I want you to just find your way into a comfortable seated position. Do a couple more stretches and then Shavasana. Ankle to knee poses first. So this is something you could do either with the bottom leg extended or the bottom knee bent underneath, or you can do the reclined version. Okay, so find your variation that's going to feel really good today. We're just going to spend a minute on each side. But obviously, any of this that feels good, you can do more of tomorrow or later today. Go ahead and drop into the shape. Feel your breath. Allow everything to start to slow down as we move toward the end of class. These last couple of exhales, you're welcome to let them go out of the mouth or to even kind of sigh or hum. If that sounding helps you release any stagnant energy. You're going to come up nice and slow. You're going to take one Navasana or boat pose. So you can take that with the knees bent and the hands kind of gripping the outer legs. That's great. More challenging, straight legs. Palms up, make it an offering to Mama Earth, Mother Nature. Make all of this an offering to what made this body and made it possible for you to inhabit it. We don't even understand everything about this body, and yet we get to live in it. How beautiful is that? One more inhale. And then as you exhale, go ahead and bend the knees. Take ankle to knee pose on the other side. Take the variation that works for you, be it reclined, sitting upright, bottom straight leg, or bent. And then take your time going in. Nice deep breaths. We're already in alignment even as we're transitioning into the pose, right? Meaning that mental alignment, emotional alignment, aligned with our intentions, aligned with Mama Nature. And your job here is primarily to be the witness, the feeler, the experiencer of this. The last breath or two might be a sound, a sigh, exhale out of the mouth perhaps. And then you're going to come on up to sit. And you're going to make your way onto your back. I always like to do, even if it's just for a few breaths, a little inversion at the end. And so if you want to, you can pick up your hips and put a block or a couple blankets under your sacrum, lift your legs in the air. If you have a wall and it's not too hard to get there, put your legs up the wall today. And I'll show you as if my shelves here are a wall. Easiest way is to sit right next against the wall, as close as you can get, and then whoop, swing the legs up. I don't know how sturdy my shelves actually are, but I'm not going to put too much weight against it. But then if you could put the weight against it, right, against the wall, then you don't have to hold up your legs. And a little something under the hips is nice, not necessary. Ooh, that gives me just the space I need. Ooh, that's nice. Now I want you to rest here. And just really allow yourself to fall back onto the earth. And we spent all this time becoming like Mother Earth, stable, strong, having this great foundation and steadiness. Realizing that the earth is us and that we have all of these qualities. But the other pole, the other side of that coin is we have to also learn how to be completely supple and held by something bigger in order to really receive and experience our belonging to earth. So allow yourself to be like a baby held in mama's arms here. Really relax the soles of your feet. Relax your pelvic floor. That should not always be gripped. Allow breath to move through all of these spaces. We've got one more minute of class. And if you want a full Shavasana on your back, you're going to just gently back up away from the wall. If you feel like being here is a great place to end, just stay right here. Whatever you do, stay simple. Stay gentle. When you are at that deepest place, can you relax just a little more? Can you give over just a little more weight to mama? And then staying just that relaxed, now start to deepen your breath, wiggle your fingers and toes. Gently come off of whatever props or over onto your side. Come up to sit and take a nice aligned posture to close this practice. Feel the physical body aligned. Feel your emotional and mental bodies aligned. Feel that the microcosm, the little you, is completely connected to the macrocosm. All of this balance you've created within yourself is a reflection of the balance, this great balance of the universe. One Om to close. Bowing down to the teacher that lives within all things, including you and me. Bolo Shri Satguru Mata Devi Ki Jai. Namaste. Thank you all.